Okay, we're here with Helen Loxton, who has just come back from New York Marathon. Well, came back a couple of weeks ago. So fairly fresh off the starting blocks. She is a mother of 3 children, single mother of 3 children, we might add. She is self-employed and currently studying for an MSc in psychotherapy. So quite a bit on your plate as it is. And then also managing to pull in a 3:05 in the marathon, securing her 7th place in her age group and a championship place in the London Marathon, which is quite extraordinary. And certainly sits in that camp where you really shouldn't have time to do it all, but you do. So tell us how you do it.
Which bit?
How do you, right, well, where do we will unpick the whole thing because there's so many questions. So we'll start with fitting it. This is the problem that most of us have, and the excuse we hear repetitively is, I don't have time, I can't. You do. You manage to find time, and presumably some of that is about making time and making it a priority, but just, how do you fit it in the day?
It is really hard, and I think it's also, you have to be really disciplined about your time, and also because I'm self-employed, I have to be very disciplined about how I work, and I'm not going to lie, it does mean that at times I'm working late at night when the children have gone to bed. I can, occasionally when I've got an essay due or something like that, I can pull in 1 o'clock just to get things done.
Right.
But what I try to do is get the exercise kind of done first thing. I'm not an early riser, so I'm not very good at the early morning stuff. But
particularly not if you've been to bed at 1 o'clock.
I'm much better at burning the candle.
Yeah.
So I tend to do a class or something kind of first thing.
Yeah.
Then a run, and then I kind of get on with my day.
The way that works presumably then is also it's done, and it's it's not something that can drop off the list because it's sort of been waiting till the end of the day when everything else is finished.
Yeah.
So that box is ticked, and then and presumably also gives the endorphins at the start of the day to help you work more efficiently.
Yeah, and I'm seeing clients all day at the moment, so you need quite a lot of mental energy to kind of keep going, and then obviously when the kids get back from school, I kind of want to be there.
Yeah.
When they get back, so that's how I kind of fit it in.
So it's sort of, I suppose the thing that you give up is your downtime.
Yeah.
Possibly is the thing that goes, where others are taking the time of an evening to sit and watch TV. You'll be working.
Oh well, yeah, and then usually I'm kind of need something to switch off, so I'll flick on an episode on Netflix and try to get through that just to kind of have a bit of shut down,
breather. So that obviously gives us a good sort of how you structure it within your day. Then what does training look like of a normal day? And I appreciate we're going to get into the fact that build up to the New York Marathon was anything but normal for you. But just to give people a sort of understanding of you as a runner, what is a normal training week, let's say, look like?
Well, it used to be quite different because I used to try and fit in shorter runs, and by that I mean a kind of up to a 10k, and then I used to try and fit in a medium kind of length run, kind of with hills and different terrain, and that would be about 8 to 10 miles, and then I would do a longer run once a week.
Right.
But I got injured in August.
Yes.
So I was running quite hilly roads down in Dorset or on holiday, and because I wasn't quite used to that level of hill, I think I got runner's knee basically. So I've been trying to manage that throughout the process as well.
Yeah.
So it's meant I've done a lot more of the kind of circuit, high intensity strength type work, and then just 10Ks during the week.
Right.
And then one long run. So I've still tried to keep that long run going, but at times it's been tricky. I've had to have physio, bit of massage, that kind of thing to keep it going.
Yeah. So you've been doing a lot more sort of strength and conditioning. You've been supporting your joints and ligaments that way.
Yeah.
And am I right in thinking you do most of your running on road?
Yes.
Yeah.
I get a bit worried about getting lost when I go off piste.
Right. So.
Still got the fear, but it's an aim of mine to train a lot more off road because I think it's a lot better for the joints.
It is,
especially as you get older.
It's more forgiving. Yeah, for sure. And particularly if you've now had a bit of a wake up call with an injury.
Yeah.
It often takes that to make you change your habits a bit, doesn't it? But also, recognising the role of strength and conditioning in a training plan.
Yeah, and I think the difference between a couple of years ago when I did Boston Marathon, I overtrained and I really hurt my Achilles. And I was training, I was doing 26, 27 mile runs as my long run for quite a while before the marathon. I think the actual benefit of getting an injury when I did meant I couldn't overtrain.
Yes.
So actually that's what the kind of physio said to me, you probably did, yourself a favour.
Right.
Because I was just doing these 10k distances.
Oh, there's always a silver lining. When we look hard enough, we can find the silver lining. Oh, but still, towing the start line of a race of that calibre and that depth, and knowing that you're there, having sustained an injury, can't do your mental game much good. I'm interested in that because, let's go back before the injury. What were your thoughts on what you wanted from the race? Why did you enter it in the first place?
I entered it partly because it's one of the big six.
Yeah.
And I have a little mental thing that I would like to do the Abbott majors, all of them by the time I'm 50. So, and I've got one more to do, which is Tokyo. So, yeah, it was another one on the list.
That will be ticked off?
Yeah. And I had a really lovely time in New York in my 20s, and I have really fond memories of it.
Yeah.
And obviously, my friend Karen, who lived there for many years, she joined in, and we both did it together. So it was really nice to have someone there with me and to know who knows the city really well, which was great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So the idea is to get the hall, all six of them, before, right? So that was the intention, and then you headed off with the injury. So then what was your thoughts for this race? Did time come into it?
I really didn't have a good time in mind because I'd done Boston in a year which was really extreme conditions.
Horrendous
conditions. Quite a low time. I did, I think, about 3:40, something around there.
Right.
And I kind of thought, well, I'm not going to get back up to those higher times anymore. It was 2012 was the last time I did quite a good pace for me, which was at 3:10, I think. And so I thought, well, I don't know, it's probably too late now. So I put 3:30 as my start time in the application. And then obviously you get put in corrals and different things. And as I started at the front of that kind of time band, I think I was with people that were on about 3:15.
Right.
So I thought, the start here is a bit fast.
Right.
And that's kind of why I started kind of nearer the front of my kind of, I guess, where I probably should have been.
Yeah.
So when I went out, I wasn't really thinking of getting any time. I was just thinking, actually, I've just got to get through this because of this injury. I was having literally physio the day before I flew and a massage the day before I flew to kind of release the IT band and all of the muscles around there. I had a calf injury as well, so I was getting some massage on my calf. And then the flight, your knees are quite cramped up, so I was a bit worried about that.
The impact of that, yeah.
So the morning before the marathon, on the expo day, we did a little 6k down by the River Hudson, which was really lovely.
Yeah.
And I just got legs in. I thought, God, this is really hurting. But I do think it was the flight, and I think that's a good thing to remember if you're doing a marathon abroad, is try and get 2 days before you arrive, not one.
Right.
Because you've just got that bit of time.
Your body can adjust.
Yeah.
But also that run allowed your blood to flow through, get all of the, all of the systems just firing that little bit more efficiently.
Yeah.
Flush out any bad stuff, like you said, any swelling or stuff like that, and then hopefully set you up for, what in the end was an incredible run.
Yeah, I mean, met some lovely people who were also out there running from various parts of the world, and that was brilliant and kind of inspiring. And then on the morning we had to get up at 5 in the morning, which was another kind of like.
And not being an early riser.
Not an early riser.
Tested you?
Did test me. I think it was that had been really playing on my mind, that early start, having jet lag or, having had a long flight, and I was just worried about all of that and missing my alarm, and it was all the usual.
Yes. So there wasn't you didn't have a great night's sleep?
No, not a great night's sleep.
Which isn't unusual, isn't it? When the adrenaline's flowing, I think it's hard to have a really deep, solid sleep. But okay, so you're on the bus, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, so we walked to the public library, jumped on a bus along with the 53,500 other people, which was just astonishing.
Yeah.
The streets that busy at 5 a.m. was quite amusing.
Yeah.
And then, got chatting to people on the bus, about different marathons and, people from different parts of the world. It was really, inspiring. And then it takes about an hour and a half on the bus. So we thought we'd have lots of time when we got there to just wasted downtime. So we were trying to kind of layer up.
Keep warm. Did you take lots of the cuckoo clock joined us. Did you take lots of clothes that you could then peel off, throw away?
I just cruised the charity shop before I left and bought a big puffer. Just coated myself in that, which was great, and some gloves, and then I forgot to take the gloves off throughout the whole race. But just threw that on the side at the start of the race. But when we got there, we thought, we've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
We'll get, because they were putting on bagels and coffee and all that kind of thing as part of the start thing. And actually, by the time we queued for the loos, which were horrendous,
huge,
didn't have time for anything. Just had to leg it as fast as we could to the corral. Some people who were supposed to drop bags off didn't even have time to do that.
Oh goodness.
Which wasn't great. It was kind of stuff. And then just get to the start. And then you kind of push through this corral system. It's very well organised. And you're literally standing at the start of the Verrazano Bridge, which you get ready to go and there's just sea on the other side.
Wow. And then loud music, the atmosphere, lots of shouting.
Lots of national anthems going on and
hundreds of selfies.
Yeah, lots of all of that.
must do.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. And then you take off, and so you're going but I'm right in thinking you don't run to time, you run to RPE more, don't you? You run to perceived exertion, you're not clock watching, you certainly don't have a breakdown of, minutes per kilometre that you're aiming for or anything like that. Am I right in that?
Yeah, absolutely. I just don't. And that's largely what I run on my own because I feel like I'm going to hold people back.
Right.
So I've always kind of been concerned about speed and that I'm not fast enough to perhaps, keep up or whatever. So I just, generally what I do is a run and I kind of roughly know my routes around Bath and I know roughly what's a 20 mile or a 23 mile or a 26 mile.
Oh, so you don't even have something recording the distance?
No, well, I wear my Apple Watch.
Right.
And I don't look at it till the end.
Right.
And then I look at it and go, okay. And then maybe if it's a mile down and I need to do another mile, I might push that.
Go around the block.
Yeah, literally.
This hilly block of yours going up and down the hills. Yeah. Okay. Good. So you really are then very tuned into what you running at a certain pace feels like, and therefore you know if you're going too hard, and you don't need a watch to tell you that because that's how you train, and so that's what you did in the marathon.
Well, I train at plod pace, so I really train slowly. I don't train fast, on the long runs at all.
Good.
And so
it's a mistake a lot of people make. You run too hard all of the time.
Yeah, and I really don't at all. I'm really slow. I look at Ramsey and go, 4 hours? How many hours?
Yeah.
Or 4.5 hours.
Okay, so maybe that would be one of. I was going to come on to that later. What are your top tips when it comes to training for, to push out your best marathon time? And perhaps that might be one of them. Then it is train slow. We do hear it. It's difficult to believe. There's a lot of literature about the benefits of training slow, but maybe you're
Yeah, and
able to.
If I pushed it too far in training, I think my injuries would have been unsustainable. So there is that too. But also I like to think when I run. It's my headspace. So
if you're pushing the envelope all the time, all you can do is focus on the next step.
Yeah.
So no.
But I do put in hills in my training so that
Bath. That's Bath, isn't it? So
and there are ones aren't that hilly, but this one was more hilly than any of the others I've done actually. But I did start, as I was starting the race, I did notice everybody just like this all the time, like that. Yeah. And I was kind of like, oh, maybe I should, maybe
doubt. Okay.
So I do think, I'm sure there is to keep, if you want to do split times or you have something in mind, it's probably a good thing to do, but it just to me takes away from the run a bit. I wouldn't just be worrying about that and time,
But you're also not listening to yourself. You're not listening to all of the cues in your body.
Yeah.
I'm working too hard, I need something to eat, am I in a negative space? Talking of which, did we hit any negative space, any I can't, oh my God, I don't want to, or any of these things that some people say that they hit?
I think all of that goes through your mind at some point. I think what was playing on my mind was that it felt a lot faster than I would train it. Right. So I was thinking, is this sustainable?
Will I blow up?
Am I going to hit a wall? I've never hit a wall before, but is this going to be the one where I hit the wall?
Right.
And it just didn't ever actually feel that bad. It felt okay. Good. And it felt fast. It felt faster than normal.
But sustainable.
Yeah. And I think in a fantastic race like New York, you've got the crowd to cheer you on. I did put a name on my top in the end, which I don't always do, but it was really nice just to get the odd go for it hills. And I think American marathons are really good to do if you're a bit worried about marathons, because they're just so supportive and positive. They've got that can-do attitude out there, which I think makes you feel a bit more can-do.
Yes.
But I think I was thinking a lot about the thing that you told me about how you start the race with your head. And I was thinking, I didn't really do that very well, but slightly strategic to start faster. Yeah. And then the middle of it, you run with your personality, and I was basically laughing at myself most of the way, thinking, God, I'm stubborn. Yeah, everything they say about me is true. All the things that people find irritating about me are actually quite useful here today.
Excellent.
So, strong, stubborn.
Using it all as a positive reinforcement, that's good. Yeah.
And I thought a lot about people I love, and, having that space to be away from them and have some time to myself, like my kids, but also really missing them and thinking how much they'd enjoy it, but just thinking quite fondly of things.
So it gave you space to be, get gratitude, to have a sense of gratitude.
It really did.
Whilst going through something that's actually quite painful, and you are having to sort of dig deep, but still it gave you that sense of gratitude.
Yeah, how amazing is it to be able to go to a country and run in that kind of race with all these amazing people from all over the world, all nationalities. It just feels like
a privilege.
It's an honour to do that.
Yeah. And what I love in those things is everybody has a story. The person next to you, the person in front, behind, everyone is bringing an enormous amount of history, stories. They're all struggling with demons. They're all in happy places. Maybe they're also feeling, that sense of gratitude, but maybe they're present, maybe they're not. But it's that sense of you all coming together with from so many different places in life to do one thing at the same time. Yeah, it is. It's remarkable.
And you really get that atmosphere. And there's I think the other thing that's kind of reassuring about a marathon is there are a few people, mainly men, when they get passed by a woman, if I'm honest, that struggle with that a bit.
And kind of start being
chasing up. But
did they? You felt that?
Yeah, I felt that definitely in the last couple of miles, because that's when you kind of really pushing and really trying to get through. But actually, most of the time, there's just a real sense of kind of camaraderie in a marathon. Everyone's trying to be mindful of not lobbing a drink at you when they've finished it, and all of those things.
Sense of humanity.
Yeah.
We're all, whilst we're not going to be there for each other in terms of stop and help, but we're all there for each other because we appreciate we're all in the same boat.
We're not there to win it, because we know we're not those amazing people, but we are there to just do the best we can.